Hello everybody and welcome back to Fraser 1515 Gaming. In today's video we have another NHL 20 Online Versus matchup where I am the Pittsburgh Penguins and I'm taking on the St. Louis Blues in quite the thrilling matchup where, as much as I'd like to video commentate over this, I think the restrictions that my computer's capacity is going to be taking on will not allow me to do so. So in the meantime, until I get that figured out, I'm just going to probably speak about the Penguins and where they're at I guess the NHL's pause in the season. So where they're at, they're currently in a playoff spot, and I believe they will be facing the Philadelphia Flyers. Yes, they will be Philadelphia Flyers, where they're only 3 points back, and they are, I'd say, fairly safe in a playoff position. But I think this is a team that, if the NHL does kick back in, is a team that they're going to really have to watch out for. On the first line, they got Crosby. They went out and acquired Jason Zucker. They have Connor Sheary, and then on the second line, they have Evgeny Malkin and Brian Rust. That combo there has been quite deadly. And then they also have recently acquired Patrick Marleau, who's filling out that second line, as well as their bottom six is quite strong. And former first rounder Jarrett McCann, as well as Patrick Hornquist, who he's a proven winner as well. But where I think they're really going to get the most bang for their buck, I guess, is when the season does start back up again. They're going to be completely healthy, rested, and ready to fire on full cylinders. So the big thing that they're going to get out of it is having Jake Gensel come back fully healthy, or likely around that time frame. So if Gensel comes back in, that's a guy that was probably on pace for 40 plus goals this season, and his contribution to the lineup really, you can't really put a number on it just because of how important he is. He can slide in probably on that second line with Evgeny Malkin and Brian Rust, and then allows everybody else to bump down one. So Patrick Marleau, instead of having to play second line minutes, which we seen last year didn't really work with the Leafs, he now gets to be bumped down to the third line, where he would probably join Jarrett McCann and Patrick Hornquist to provide really a little bit more speed. On top of that, on their defense, it really took a step forward this year with the reemergence of John Marino. So John Marino, as we know, is a rookie. He was his first year out of the NCAA. I can't quite remember where he played, but he's really proven to be, a quality NHL defenseman. And he's not really even thrust into being, as he is a shutdown defenseman, but he doesn't quite have to play those minutes because he's a little bit sheltered for the time being behind a guy like Chris Letang, who's probably eating the majority of those minutes. And then Justin Schultz is also able to carry his fair share of the weight. But on the left-hand side, we also see them have Brian Dumoulin will be back in health. Well, I guess he was back before the season was on hiatus. But Marcus Peterson, he's also taken quite the step forward. And their goaltending really has been, a story of two tales this season, with Matt Murray either stepping up or not stepping up, probably would be the better terminology for it because of his inconsistency that he's had. But luckily they've had Tristan Jarry, who's been able to step up as a rookie and post quite outstanding numbers that have really been able to drive them even farther along in their playoff push. So other players that are out for them is Zach Ashton Reese, who is a very quality defender according to the advanced metrics, who, according to them, the Evolving Wild website, he should be in consideration for the Selke candidate, which is as crazy as that seems, but I'm not quite sure how realistic that is, because that list also includes Oliver Borstrat, who I guess, as a non-Columbus fan, or I guess I don't get to watch too many of those games, I really shouldn't be speaking on that too much. But as we're kind of winding this down here, in summary, I think that if the Pittsburgh Penguins can really get past Philly, they should be able to have, they're going to have like a tough road regardless, because their first round matchup is likely against Philly. Their second round matchup is probably going to be against Washington. Well, it'll be against Washington or whoever finishes, or whoever gets the last wild card spot, which right now is looking like it's going to be either Columbus or the Islanders. But I think Washington should be able to pull that out. And then they're going to have to go through the other superpowers of the East, which is going to be made up of a trio of probably Boston, Tampa, or Toronto. So those are going to be 3 really hard series for those guys to win, or the Penguins to get through, where Philly's just going to be able to beat you down with their big, grindy guys like Scott Laughton, Travis Konechny, Kevin Hayes, just guys that are going to, make life difficult on you. And then you have, the built-in storyline with Ovi. And then follow that up with, whatever remaining parts that you have that aren't hurt or broke, or basically putting you out of the lineup against maybe a Boston team. They're going to be in tough, but I definitely think that they have the skill power to be able to do this. So with that being said, I think I'm going to leave the video here. So if you all can do me a favor and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and even leave me a comment and let me know what you think about the Pittsburgh Penguins playoff possibilities. I am going to leave this here, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.